Banks. Online from Portland's West Side. We are West Side Mobile Media. Banks, Oregon.
Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to another edition of Banks Braves Baseball. Banks 14-2. Actually, I think looking for their 14th win today as they host the Astoria Fishermen. Just 5 wins on the season again, or still, I should say, all 5 Kawapa League baseball teams are ranked in the top 24 and should advance to the state playoffs coming up in a couple of weeks. Trying to get this game in a little bit early as showers are expected for tonight and heavy overnight, but should be just light rain and shouldn't have much of an issue getting this game in. There is a slight chance of heavier precipitation after 7 o'clock. Banks will be in their home white uniforms with navy blue pinstripes, navy blue Banks or Braves lettering across the chest with Vegas gold trim. Navy blue numerals with Vegas gold trim. Astoria in their purple uniforms, white and gold trim along the sleeves. White hats with purple bills. White numerals with gold trim on the front and back, and white pants. Jonathan Lee is expected to join us sometime this evening, but not sure if that will happen or not due to the weather situation. Banks High School, located 25 miles northwest of Portland. We'll also have public address duties, but will not be introducing the starters over the public address mic due to the time issues with the weather situation. Starting for the Braves, number 1, shortstop Garrett Hillard will lead off. Number 2, Charlie White at first base. Number 10, Colton Hesselman in center field. Number 18, starting pitcher today, Logan Kind. Number 20, behind the plate, Ashton Crossan. Number 3, third baseman, Justin Walters. Number 4, Harry Gardner at second base. Number 17, Wyatt Selleck in center field. And number 9, Jack Lyda in right field. We'll get you the rest in just a moment. Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to today's Kawapa League matchup between the visiting Astoria Fishermen and the home team, the Banks Braves. At this time, we ask that you please stand and remove your headgear for tonight's national anthem. And we're just about set for the first pitch roster or the lineup for Astoria. Leading off number 9, Connolly Fromwiller at second base. Number 14, Sven Johnson, designated hitter. Number 11, Merrick Benesh at shortstop. Number 4, Teague Palmberg behind the plate. Number 2, starting pitcher Nico Boudreau. Number 17, Garrett Hillard in center field. Number 1, Dylan Carlson at first base. Number 5, Aiden Giles in left field. Number 16, Patrick Purdue Anderson in right field. And number 3, Carson Hawkins at third base. Banks Braves currently ranked third behind Hidden Valley and North Marion. Tillamook, the current second place team in the Kawapa League, just one loss on the season, that coming to Banks 10-0, but below 500 on the season. Astoria, Seaside, and Valley Catholic all bunched up at the bottom. Leading off for Astoria, number 9, second baseman Connolly Fromwiller. Light showers have let up for the moment. Surprisingly, this is the driest the field has been. And we've actually had more rain today than the last two games before today. And Fromwiller steps into the batter's box, and we're ready for the first pitch. Logan Kind holds the glove in front of his face, left-hander. Kicks and fires to the plate, swing and a miss on a strike on the outside corner, 0-1. Here, one pitch from Logan Kind, curveball popped straight back, and Crossan's going to try to make a play on it, but it's going to drift over the fence and nearly hit the gate to the Astoria dugout, 0-2. Fell just over the backstop towards the first base on deck path. The 0-2 from Logan, swing and a miss on a nasty curveball up high, possibly out of the strike zone, out number 1 for Astoria. Batting number 14, designated hitter Sven Johnson. One out, first pitch from Logan, curveball a little bit up high, ball 1. So one out for Astoria after Logan Kind struck out Connolly Fromwiller to start the game. The 1-0 misses downstairs, 2-0. From Logan is check swing and check with the first base umpire, no swing. And after striking out the leadoff hitter, Logan Kind is already behind 3-0 to Fisherman DH Sven Johnson. 3-0 pitch, curveball up and out off the plate. A 4-pitch walk, and Astoria has a 1-out base runner to start the game. Merrick Benesh coming to the plate. Batting for Astoria, shortstop number 11, Merrick Benesh. So now Logan looking for a double play. Ground ball to the infield, should do it. Pitches way outside, ball 1. Logan needs to settle down a little bit. Has thrown 5 straight pitches that have missed the plate. Runner at first, Sven Johnson, the pitch. Curveball that time on the inner half of the plate for strike 1. Evens the count, 1 ball and 1 strike. Merrick Benesh, Astoria shortstop with a 1-1 count. The pitch from Logan looks at first, kicks and fires, pitches inside, and it's bunted foul towards the third base on deck path. 1 ball and 2 strikes, and now I'm sure Benesh will be a hitter with 2 strikes. Logan looks at first. Sven Johnson after a walk, and they got him. Tried to drift towards second, and Logan caught him, and he couldn't get back to the bag in time. Now 2 outs with Merrick Benesh at the plate. The 1-2 from Logan, curveball up high, grounded right back to the pitcher. High hop off 1 bounce, and the toss over to Logan Kine for out number 3. No runs, no hits, no errors. Astoria does get a base runner after a 1-out walk, but they leave the bases empty after Johnson is caught off first. After half an inning, Astoria nothing. Banks coming up to bat after this from our presenting sponsor, Jason Bond Remodeling.
Thinking about updating your kitchen or bath? James Bond Remodeling has over 20 years experience fabricating and installing stone countertops and can upgrade your home with the countertops of your dreams without the dreamy price tag. They pride themselves on quality and customer satisfaction. They offer stone countertop fabrication and installation and cabinet installation services. They'll do their best to beat any bid by 10%. Based locally in Washington County, they'll do jobs in most Portland metro locations. Call 503-753-9993 or email jasonbondremodeling@gmail.com. Jason Bond Remodeling, Oregon CCV number 227733.
Jim's Market in Banks is an institution serving the community for generations. They're actively involved in events and athletics from the youth league to high school level. Let them serve you with their locally grown fresh produce, fresh bakery items, including custom cakes, and quick hot food from their in-store deli. Jim's Market, conveniently located at the south entrance to Banks.
And we're back, bottom of the first, leading off for the Braves, shortstop number 1, Wyatt Hesselman. Banks Lady Braves nearly pulled off an incredible upset yesterday. At Astoria tied at 5 against the number 4 Lady Fishermen, or number 4 Fishermen on the road, but Astoria picking up their 14th straight victory, 7-6. Leading off for the Braves, number 1, shortstop Wyatt Hesselman. Nico Boudreau, starting pitcher for Astoria. Pitch is low for ball 1. Starting pitcher for Astoria, Nico Boudreau. The 1-0 from Boudreau catches the outside corner about waist high, 1-1. The 1-1 from the right-hander pitch is fouled up the on-deck path, up the third base side, 1-2. Wyatt trying to bunt his way aboard that time. No score, bottom of the first. Astoria had a base runner after a 1-out walk, but Sven Johnson got caught off first for the second out of the inning, and Wyatt swings and misses for strike 3, and that's out number 1 for Banks in the bottom of the first. Batting number 2, first baseman Charlie White. Charlie White batting with 1 out after Wyatt Hesselman struck out first Braves batter at the plate. Pitch is low and off the plate in the dirt. Ball 1. The 1-0 to Charlie. Pitch is hard grounder past the pitcher. Picked up by the second baseman. Throw to first is in time for out number 2. 4-3 on the putout as Fromwiller makes the toss to Carlson at first for out number 2. Batting number 10, center fielder Colton Hesselman. Two outs, first pitch to Colton Hesselman, a little bit high, ball 1. The 1-0 from Boudreau, upstairs and off the plate to the left-handed hitter, 2-0. Two-ball count to Colton. Pitch is bounced well in front of the plate. That one didn't even make it to the dirt. 3-0 the count. Nico Boudreau well behind, and I'm sure Colton will be taking all the way, needing just one ball to reach base. Three-0 from Boudreau, well outside for ball 4. And Colton Hesselman is going to be aboard on a 2-out walk. So now each team with a base runner here in their half of the inning. Batting starting pitcher number 18, Logan Kind. Boudreau looks at Colton, fires to first. Logan Kind still yet to face a pitch after Boudreau attempted a pickoff move at first. That pitch misses outside for ball 1. And just like Logan Kind in the top half of the inning, Nico Boudreau has thrown 5 straight pitches that have missed the plate. The pitch this time is catches the inside corner at the knees for strike 1. 1 ball and 1 strike. The 1-1 to Logan is down and in, too far off the plate, 2-1. Two-1 from Boudreau, swung on and lifted. Foul out of play, straight back, 2-2. Rain has returned, not very heavy, but this pitch is off the neck of the bat, up the first base side foul. Count remains 2-2. No score, bottom of the first inning, 2-2 the count to Braves starter Logan Kind. 2 outs, runner at first, Colton Hesselman again popped straight back out of play. Over the top of us, 2-2. Boudreau looks over his shoulder at first, fires to the plate. And Colton goes, and he'll be safe at second. Throw in front of the bag. Gets away from the second baseman, Fromwiller, for a moment. Pitch to Logan Kind. Missed inside. Count is full. 3 balls and 2 strikes. And a runner at second in scoring position, Colton Hesselman. Boudreau looks at second, the pitch. Taken upstairs for ball 4. Back-to-back walks given up by Nico Boudreau, and now runners at first and second with 1 out, and Ashton Cross and catcher coming to the plate. Batting number 20, catcher Ashton Crossan. Base hits should bring in a run. Showers a little bit more steady. First pitch to Crossan, misses down and away, ball one. And time called. Nico Boudreau having all kinds of issues finding the plate. Walked Colton Hesselman on 4 pitches. Battled with Logan Kind, but Logan able to foul off a couple of pitches and work his way on board after a pitch that missed high on a full count. And we're set to resume play as Astoria's head coach has made his way back to the dugout. Want to know the count to Ashton Crossan. Boudreau kicks and pitch is taken on the outside corner. Nice pitch that time, 1-1. One from Boudreau, well outside, 2 balls and 1 strike. Two-one from Boudreau is on the outside corner, 2-2. Boudreau had Logan Kind 2-2 and then wound up losing him on a walk on a full count pitch. And that swing and a miss that time for Ashton Crossan for out number 3. Braves strand a couple of runners after Boudreau gives up 2 walks in the bottom of the first. We head to the top of the second. Still no score.
Jim's Mark.
Thinking about buying or selling a home? Sarah Hesselman, realtor with Keller Williams Realty, will help you with your real estate needs. Call 503-313-0748 or email Sarah at sarahhesselman.com. Serving your community daily and proud to support the starting lineup of your bank's Braves. Sarah Hesselman, realtor with Keller Williams Realty. Call 503-313-0748.
Rankings are important numbers in determining Oregon high school playoffs. So are rankings when choosing a lender to help you with purchasing or refinancing your home. Our local community home loan expert, Christy Van Meter at Caliber Home Loans, is ready to help you win the day. Call Christy today for all of your home loan needs at 503-327-5302 or caliberhomeloans.com/kvanmeter. Christy Van Meter, NMLS number 1700271, state licensed in Oregon, an equal housing lender. All products are subject to credit and property approval.
And we're back top of the second inning, still no score. The only base runners in this game have come off of walks, 2 walks for Banks and a walk for Astoria. Leading off the top of the second for the Fishermen, catcher number 4, Teague Palmberg. Palmberg steps in. First pitch to start the second inning, fouled off straight back off the end of the bat, 0-1. Logan. Ready, going back to his standard delivery, not putting the right foot planted towards the plate this time. And swing and a miss, strike 2 from Teague Palmberg. The 0-2 misses well outside. 1 ball and 2 strikes. The 1-2 from Logan, ripped foul into the bottom of the fence in front of the Braves dugout up the third base side. Count remains 1 ball and 2 strikes. The 1-2 from Logan, swung on and missed, strike 3. So out number 1 for Astoria. Batting number 2, starting pitcher Nico Boudreau. Pitcher versus pitcher. First pitch to Boudreau. Check swing. No. Could tell from up here he only went about a quarter of the way. Crossan wanted to check anyway. That's strike 1. 1 ball and 1 strike. Logan sets and fires down low, right on the outside edge of the plate, but too far below the knees. 2-1. Two one from Logan. Late swing on a pitch that may have been off the plate. 2-2. Two from Logan, swung on and missed on a pitch. Nasty curveball down and in. And that's out number 2 for Astoria in the top of the second. Batting number 17, center fielder Garrett Hillard. Garrett Hillard, the batter, with 2 outs for Astoria. Curveball. Nice change-up action as it dropped coming across the plate. Started way up above the numbers and dropped well below the numbers by the time he swung and just did get a piece of it. 0-1. Blaine umpire is going to check the ball with Logan Kind. 0-1 the count to Garrett Hillard. Logan Kind has retired the first 2 batters here in the top of the second via the K. Logan gets the signal to resume play from the home plate umpire. Pitch is ruled a strike at the knees. Looked a little bit low, but 0-2 the count. And Logan Kind 1 pitch away from striking out the side in the top of the second. The 0-2 from Logan, well inside, nearly hit him that time. Lost the handle on that one. 1 ball and 2 strikes. No hits in this game so far through almost an inning and a half. Pitch from Logan that time. Strike 3 called on the outside corner. Logan Kind strikes out the side in the top of the second. And after 1.5 innings, still Astoria nothing and the Banks Braves nothing. We'll take a 1-minute break and be back after this from Wana Credit Union.
Home equity has skyrocketed of late, which means you may have a ton of cash value in your home. Visit wanafcu.org to learn more about a home equity line of credit. Wana Credit Union is an equal housing lender and federally insured by the NCUA.
Proudly serving our neighbors in Washington County since 1946, LaHaye's is your destination for locally made Letterman's jackets, custom embroidery for business apparel or a unique gift, and scouting uniforms and supplies. LaHaye's is on the corner of 3rd and Main in historic downtown Hillsboro. Open Wednesday through Friday, 10 to 6, Saturday, 10 to 4, and anytime online at lahayes.com or call us at 503-648-2341.
And we're back, bottom of the second inning. Leading off for the Braves, number 3, third baseman Justin Walters. Leading off for the Braves, number 3, third baseman Justin Walters. Bottom of the second, leading off for the Braves, third baseman Justin Walters. Hard ground ball to the shortstop. Throw to first is in time for out number one. One pitch, one out for the Banks in the bottom of the second. Batting number 4, second baseman Harry Gardner. Getting towards the bottom of the order now, Gardner, Selleck, and Lyda with one out. That pitch misses well outside, ball one. The 1-0 from Boudreau misses low, just above the dirt, 2-0. Boudreau has not had a good start to this game. Walked 2 batters last inning and already has a mound visit. The 2-0 count, pitch is low again, 3-0, and in danger already of giving up his third walk. And we're just underway in the second inning. 3-0 count taken all the way, 3-1. Three-one from Boudreau to Gardner, misses low and off the plate in the dirt. Ball 4, and the Braves have another base runner, their third of the game, all on walks. Batting number 17, center fielder Wyatt Selleck. So one out, runner at first, Harry Gardner. Reached a moment ago on a 5-pitch walk. Pitch from Boudreau is swung on late and popped foul out of play over towards the railroad tracks. 0-1. Boudreau, runner goes. Pitch is a strike. Throw to second is in time. And now 2 outs. In the bottom of the second, close play. And now the bases are empty with 2 outs and 0-2 the count to Wyatt Selleck. Pitch from Nico, strike 3 called. And Banks gets a 1-out walk, and then he's caught stealing at second, and then Wyatt Selleck strikes out looking for out number 3. After 2 full innings, still no score. We'll be back with the top of the third after this from Terry Powell, American Family Insurance.
At American Family Insurance, protecting farms is at the heart of what we do. After all, it's where we got our start more than 90 years ago. We understand it's more than a farm, it's your life. And that's why we offer customizable policies that protect what you've worked for. Let's build the policy your farm deserves.
Call American Family Agent Terry Powell in Gaston, 503-521-8842.
American Family Mutual Insurance Company, SI, and its operating company, 6000 American Parkway, Madison, Wisconsin.
American Family Insurance.
Banks Post newspaper is the official news provider of West Side's greatest hits. Listen hourly for West Side news from the Banks Post newsroom. Banks Post newspaper covers Banks, Manning, Buxton, Roy, and surrounding western Washington County communities. If you'd like more information on the Banks Post or want to pick up a copy, visit a local business today. You can also visit their website at bankspost.com or their Facebook page, Banks Post. Pitch from Logan is a called strike, 0-1. Top of the third inning. Dylan Carlson goes down on strikes for the first out of the top of the third. 4 straight strikeouts for Logan Kind as we come back from a mic issue. 0-2 the count to Aiden Giles, left fielder. Logan working quickly, trying to get this game over as quick as he can with the wet conditions. The 0-2 pitch. Curveball, strike 3 called. Nice pitch again. Aiden Giles unable to get the bat off his shoulders. And that's 6 in a row, 6 straight Ks for Logan Kind. Batting number 16, right fielder Patrick Purdue Anderson. First pitch to Patrick Purdue, check swing foul along the on-deck path, first base side, 0-1. Pitch from Logan, curveball misses high, ball 1, 1 ball and 1 strike. The 1-1 misses downstairs off the plate, 2-1. Banks with just one more non-league scheduled game before the end of the season against 5A Central here at home. Pitch from Logan Kind, check swing on a pitch inside corner. Got across the plate either way, and it's 2-2. Logan Kind again, another pitch away from striking out the side for the second straight inning. 2-2, checks, slow grounder back to short. Throw to first is in time for out number 3, so that will break up the consecutive strikeout streak for Logan Kind, but the Braves do get a infield grounder to the left side for out number 3. And when we come back, it'll be the bottom of the third, and then Jonathan Lee will have the fourth inning in just a moment. We'll be back in 1 minute after this. From Andy McNabb, Allstate.
Andy McNabb Allstate in North Plains is your local Allstate agent. Located at 10120 Northwest Glencoe, across from Subway. She has 20 years of Allstate experience providing auto, home, renters, life, and other insurance products. Get a quote and receive a $10 gift card. Andy McNabb Allstate. Call 503-433-5030. That's 503-433-5030.
Have you ever wanted to explore the...
In times of financial uncertainty, how can you stay on track? Call on someone who's invested in your success. I'm Chris Recheck, your Forest Grove Edward Jones financial advisor. At Edward Jones, we believe in building a complete picture of your financial life, including your goals and passions, so we can help you work toward achieving what's most important to you. Call me at 503-359-4092 or visit edwardjones.com to get started today. Edward Jones, member SIPC.
Bottom of the third inning, leading off for the Braves. Bottom of the order, right fielder Jack Lyda bunts one right back to the pitcher. Throw to first is in time for out number 3. Nice to have Jonathan Lee back with us after a lengthy hiatus. Was with us for the first couple of games, leading off, or actually with one out top of the order, Wyatt Hesselman at the plate, shortstop. Batting for the Braves, shortstop number 1, Wyatt Hesselman. Jonathan, kind of a wet start to this game.
Yeah, a real drippy day here in the yeah, a real drippy day, and forecasted to get worse. Just looked at radar earlier this afternoon, and there is a pretty big, juicy system coming in here, Trevor. So it's going to get really wet. So moving this game up a little bit early, as you would imagine, to be able to make sure they get it in and get this game in. Of course, Astoria coming in here, coming off of a 10, I don't know if you talked about it, Trevor, but coming off of a 10-0 loss Tuesday to Tillamook.
1-2 the count to Wyatt Hesselman. Tried to bunt in his first at bat. was the first out for the Braves to start the game. One out. Braves still do not have, neither team actually has a base hit. Pitch is fouled right back at us, but protected by the backstop. Count remains 1-2 strikes.
Gotta love having that backstop right behind you. A little bit of protection.
I think it was a couple of years ago, minor league team made it on ESPN Sports Center. Their broadcaster or public address announcer, no backstop, had a foul ball hit right into the press box, able to make the the barehanded grab.
Ooh, that was a pretty good pitch right there by Nico Boudreau. It's just on the outside edge, but a little bit too far outside for the home plate umpire.
3-2 the count to Wyatt Hesselman. One out.
Good patient at bat by Wyatt.
Pitch from Boudreau. Grounder to first. Oh, it hopped out of his glove. The throw. Nobody's covering. And the Braves, that should go as an error. Technically, I do not think the Braves still have a base hit. That should have been a grounder to first, popped out of his glove, and then nobody was covering the bag in time, and especially with the speed of Wyatt Hesselman, not going to get him out on that play.
Yeah, that's an E3 all the way. That was a routine ground ball right off the edge of the grass, and the first baseman just misjudged it
Batting
right there.
first baseman number 2, Charlie White.
Just made a bad play, and then the pitcher Nico Boudreau couldn't get over in time to cover, and a great hustle to get down the line. That's why young people, coaches always say, always hustle down the first. Even if you think you're going to get out, hustle, run all the way through the bag. And Wyatt did a great job to get down there to first base.
So one out, Charlie White, the batter. Pitch from Boudreau, well outside, may have been a pitch out.
Gotta love those Braves uniforms, kind of like the, well, I don't really like the team, but kind of like the New York Yankees. Blue pinstripes instead of black pinstripes.
And the cursive lettering kind of reminds me of the Atlanta Braves logo. Swing and a miss for Charlie White, 1-1.
There you go.
We believe to be the count, but we may have missed the first pitch. Not getting any indication from the umpire, so. 1-1 the count to Charlie White. Runner at first, Wyatt Hesselman. Pitch, runner goes. Pitch is low and gets away, and that's going to go as a no decision as the ball got away from catcher Teague Palmberg. So take away the steal for Wyatt Hesselman. 2-1 the count to Braves first baseman Charlie White. Normal everyday catcher, but Logan Kind is normal everyday first baseman. He's the starting pitcher today. 2-1 the count, one out. And again, a runner in scoring position. That pitch misses up and away for ball 3. And Jonathan, before you got here, Nico Boudreau has already walked probably at least 4 batters through the first 2 innings and already a mound visit from his head coach. He may not last that much longer.
Well, if we'll do that after this pitch. Ooh, good pitch, good breaking ball right there from Boudreau that time, and Charlie just a little bit late on the swing.
3-2 the count, one out. No hits given up by either pitcher, but a lot of walks from Astoria, which is how most of the Braves base runners have came in this game, and there's another one to Charlie White.
2 straight batters aboard for Banks. With 1 out, they've got something cooking here in the bottom of the 3rd inning, the home half of the 3rd. And
at the plate, center fielder number 10, Colton Hesselman.
You'd like to see them certainly cash in on that, and someone standing to the plate right now that can certainly cash in is Colton Hesselman.
Again, we talked about this in the pregame before you got here. All 5 Co-op League teams ranked in the top 24. Astoria, Seaside, and Valley Catholic at the bottom edge of the top 24 would be in the playoffs if they started today. The 1-0 pitch, Colton drives it to center, and this going back on it and able to make the catch. And Colt Wyatt not able to tag, so now 2 outs and still runners at first and second.
Yeah, Wyatt went about halfway down in between second and third, and then he came
Batting
back
starting
to
pitcher
tag
number 18,
and,
Logan Kind.
Thought about going to third, but good throw in for Astoria from center field into the cutoff man. The shortstop going out to cut that one off. So good defensive play to keep the runners right where they are with 2 outs.
Center fielder Garrett Hillard making the catch. 315 down the line in left, 370 to straightaway center field, and 315 to right, a lot deeper than some other high school ballparks, namely Valley Catholic. Pitch is on the inner side of the plate. Throw to third is in. Oh, yeah, I knew that's going to get Astoria's coach out of the dugout, and I think he kind of made a juggling move, like, is that the reason why he's called safe? And I think that's the call, because the throw was there in time. Pitch to Logan was down and in for ball 1. Now 2 runners in scoring position, but still 2 outs. Still no base hits, but Banks able to take advantage of some walks and a steal to put runners in scoring position. And this one's driven to center field. And able to make the catch is Hillard for out number 3 again. Braves strand 2 runners in scoring position after 3 full. Still no score. Jonathan Lee will take over with the 4th when we return after this from Amy Downs at Diamond Residential Mortgage.
Have you ever wanted to explore the option of purchasing a home or refinancing your current home to lower your interest rate or get cash back for debt consolidation? I'm Amy Downs, a Senior Loan Officer with Diamond Residential Mortgage Corporation, and I pride myself on working with complete transparency, honesty, and integrity throughout the loan process and beyond. Call me at 360-513-6808 today. NMLS 1583279, licensed loan originator in Oregon, Washington, Tennessee, Texas, and Arizona.
Diamond Residential Mortgage Corporation is an equal housing opportunity lender. NMLS number 186805. Licensed by the Oregon Division of Financial Regulation under the Oregon Mortgage Lending License number ML-5206. All rates, fees, and loan terms are subject to formal loan applications, credit risk appraisal evaluation, and other lending criteria. Programs, rates, terms, and conditions are subject to change without notice.
And Jonathan Lee will take over for the 4th inning as stepping to the plate, number 9, top of the order, Connolly Fromwiller, second baseman.
Yeah, Connolly Fromwiller going to bat from the right-handed side to lead off the top of the 4th inning for the Astoria Fishermen in a scoreless tie here as we've gone through 3 frames. It's kind of a recurring theme for Astoria, as just mentioned. If you just joined us, Astoria Tuesday blanked by Tillamook 10-0. First pitch from Logan Kind is way upstairs and starts off Fromweiler with a ball. And he'll step back out of the batter's box to kind of regroup, take a couple hacks at it. Now asked for time, wanted to get one more swing in. Now he'll stand back in. The 1-0 delivery on its way from the lefty. Logan Kind is right in there for a strike on the inside corner, and it's 1 ball, 1 strike. So Logan comes right back with a good fastball.
That pitch had some movement on it. Looked like it was going to hit him and came back all the way across the plate.
Logan looking for the sign, has it, goes into the wind. The 1-1 on its way. It's up high and tight, and it has Fromweiler ducking down in the batter's box. So Fromweiler up in the count, 2-1. Top of the 4th inning, no score. Banks with a 4-game lead over Astoria. The 2-1 is fouled back to the screen behind home plate. And that was a little bit high, so Fromweiler looked like he was trying to drive that one to the outfield a little bit. But it's 2-2 is the count now. Evened up. Let's see if Logan can get that first out in his first at bat. The 2-2 on its way. Again, fouled back to the screen behind home plate. So the count remains at 2 balls and 2 strikes.
Yeah, you mentioned that 4-game lead over Astoria. This is the latest in a while that Banks has had to battle a second-place team for the Coapa League title. Normally by this time, they've already clinched league.
2-2 again on its way. High and tight, but swung on and missed. See you later. Sit on down, have a seat in the pine, Mr. Fromweiler. And there's one away for the Banks Braves.
That's 7 out of 8 that Logan Kind has struck out Batting for Astoria, number 14, designated hitter Sven Johnson.
Sven Johnson, another right-handed batter going up against the, looks like Astoria's kind of stacked that up, going with the righties against the lefty Logan Kind. First pitch on the outside corner, beautiful pitch, and Sven just couldn't catch up to it, and it's 0-1. That's three straight strikes thrown by Logan Kind right now. Working very quickly is Logan, and that goes upstairs. Ball one. 1 ball, 1 strike. Sven Johnson, the batter for Astoria. Was thinking about this, Trevor, driving over here. It's great fishing weather. 1-1 delivery is up high. 2 balls and a strike. Cloudy, a little bit misty, so conditions much to the liking of Astoria, you would think. 2-1 on its way from the lefty Logan Kind. It's right down the middle, swung on and missed. Strike 2.
Last time these two teams played at Astoria, Banks had a convincing win. That was earlier in league play, but have had problems scoring runs last couple of games.
2-2 on its way, swung on a miss. Strike 3 called. Strike 3 for, not called, but strike 3 is the call for Logan Kind. That's 2 straight strikeouts.
At the plate, shortstop number 11, Merrick Banesh.
For Logan Kind, he really seems to be in a groove right now, and that's bad news for Astoria.
Yeah, nearly threw a perfect game last Saturday at Valley Catholic. Struck out 13 officially, and there's the first hit of the game.
Well, and there goes the momentum right there, as that's going to go down the left field line, get down in the corner, and Wyatt Selleck had some issues catching up to it, and it's going to go down to a double for the Fish here in the top of the 4th inning. Trying to do a little bit of a 2-out rally. As coming to the plate for the Fishermen,
catcher number 4, Teague Palmberg.
Teague Palmberg. Palmberg, a sophomore for the Astoria Fishermen. Caught myself there. I almost said Marshfield Pirates. They are from the coast, and they're both purple and gold, but one is from the North Coast, one's from the South Coast. Marshfield is on the South Coast, Astoria, the North Oregon coast. First pitch to Palmberg is high and outside. That one might have been like just a little bit of a maybe the catcher Ashton Crossan looking down, keeping an eye on the runner at second base, and just kind of a little pitch out, almost like a pitch out, but not quite. So the 1-0 from Logan Kind as he checks the runner at second. Here's the delivery, and it's foul back over the screen behind us.
In a scoreless game like this late past the midway point, runs at a premium, you'd think that teams are going to try to get creative to score runs.
1-1 is the count. Logan has the sign. Here's the kick, the pitch on its way. Again, foul back behind the screen. That was on the high. That was in the high and outside part of the strike zone. Logan really working that outside part of the zone, going away from the right-handed hitter Palmberg. And so it's 1-2. Strike away from getting out of this, limiting the damage. Here's the 1-2 offering. It's chopped right back up the middle. Charging on it is going to be the shortstop Hesselman. Over to Charlie White at first for the out. 6-3 on the scorebook. So the double, the 2-out double for Astoria does nothing for Banks, as Logan Kind able to settle down and get out of it. We play 3.5. It is no score here from Banks High School.
Visit Main Street Pizza in Banks, located next to Jim's Market, for the best pizza in Washington County. From loaded hot baked subs to a Main Street special pizza piled high, we will satisfy your pizza cravings. We've been serving and supporting the Banks community since 1986. Open daily at 11 a.m. Call ahead now to place your order at 503-324-5858 or follow us on Facebook to see our daily lunch specials. Mention this radio ad and receive $2 off any Main Street pizza.
Northside Rock Products in North Plains is where you can get gravel products directly from the quarry. They service contractors as well as homeowners. They can get rock straight from the quarry that's essential for paths, driveways, under concrete slabs and roads, as it packs and condenses well. Northside Rock Products offers a variety of quality crushed rock and fill material, as well as boulders and specialty rock. They offer trucks for hire for contractor work. Northside Rock Products can bring their mobile crusher to your jobs for on-site crushing and screening. Delivery is available. Get all you need at low winter rates. Northside Rock Products LLC on Northwest Dixie Mountain Road in North Plains. NorthsideRockProductsLLC.com.
from Banks High School in the development of Banks. It's just in between. We are on the other side of the football field from Banks High School, behind Banks High School. The football field is off. If you're looking from home plate, it is directly behind the left field fence here at Banks High School and kind of within a residential area. Nice little quiet area here in Banks. Standing in, leading off for the Braves is Ashton Crossan, the catcher. First delivery on the way, and Ashton fouls this one back behind the screen over the first base side of the screen. So the count 0-1. Banks still searching for their first hit today. Other games going on in the Kawapa League. Just one other game. Valley Catholic is hosting Seaside Jewel, playing at the same time. It's scheduled to start at the same time as this one. It might have started earlier as well, although was not raining at the time, so it might have started on time. The 0-1 pitch is upstairs for ball one. 1 ball and 1 strike. From the pitcher, Nico Boudreau. Into his 4th inning of work. Goes into the kick, right-handed pitcher. The 1-1 on its way and just a little low. It caught over the plate, but dipped down a little bit low. So 2 balls and 1 strike to Ashton Crossan, the batter for Banks. Coming in 6-0 in Kawapa League play. The 1-1 on its way, swung at and missed. Kind of a half swing by Ashton that time, but it did go across the plate, and it's 1-2. Banks on a 5-game winning streak. Here's the kick, the pitch. It's outside. Ball 2. So the count even back up into Ashton's. Ashton working it back to 2-2. So far this game, a lot of credit to the Banks hitting. They've been real patient, making the pitchers throw a lot of pitches. The 2-2 on its way. It's popped up. Going to get out of play over the visiting dugout along the first base side. So the count remains 2-2. Bottom of the 4th inning, no score. Boudreau into the line, the kick, the pitch, 2-2. It's laced right up the middle, and that's going to get over the center fielder's head, going to go all the way to the wall. Crossan digging for second. He's going to get there standing up for the Braves' first hit in this game. So both teams have gotten their first hits here in the 4th inning. This time it's a leadoff double by Ashton Crossan. Maybe that'll crank things up for the next man, which is Justin Walters.
Third baseman number 3, Justin Walters.
So the top half of the inning, they got on the top half of the order for Banks got on base in the 3rd inning, but were not able to get past second base or get past third base. And the bottom half of the middle part of the order looking to kind of pick things up here in the bottom of the 4th, get the Braves on the board. Boudreau looking in to his catcher to get the sign. It's Palmberg behind the plate. Here's the first offering. It's high and outside to Justin Walters.
You mentioned the 4:30 starts. A lot of those games originally scheduled for 5, as was this game. I got here about 2:30, and they actually said they wanted to go even sooner than that as soon as the umpires got here. We did away with player introductions and just led with the national anthem, 2-0.
1-0 pitch goes up high, and it's ball 2 to Justin Walters. 2 balls, no strikes continues to be drippy here on this Friday afternoon. Thanks for joining us for Banks Braves Baseball, presented by Jason Bond Remodeling. The 2-0 pitch, again, upstairs and curves outside for ball 3. That patience settling in once again here in Justin Walters at bat. 3-0. Ashton Crossan leads away from second after his leadoff double to lead off the inning. The 3-0 on its way. It's upstairs, but called a strike right at the high part of the strike zone. That one looked its letter high is right about per batter is the strike zone, and that one looked like it was above the letters, but nonetheless 3-1 to Justin Walters. Good count to hit from, though. Here's the 3-1 delivery, and it is fisted by Walters and going to get out of the play on the fisted foul off towards the right.
If a run is scored in this inning, do you think we may have a game called after 5 innings?
Well, regulation game is 5 innings, so it'd have to be to the bottom of the 5th inning, usually. But, rules have changed over the years in the OSA, but back a few years ago it was through 4.5 or 5 innings if the home team's batting in the bottom of the 5th. Here's a pitch lined right through the hole in third base and shortstop. Good piece of hitting there. And, and going over to third base is Ashton Crossan. He had to kind of pause there for a second on the line drive, as you're taught to do, to make sure the ball is going to clear. And he did. He gets over to third and over to first with a single is Justin Walters. So back-to-back hits here to lead off the fourth inning. And we're going to get a timeout and defensive timeout called by Astoria as their coach going to talk things over with the pitcher.
30.
And while we do that, we got a pitching change. Looks like they might be making a change, so we'll take a pitching change timeout. You're listening to Banks and watching Banks Baseball, presented by Jason Bond Remodeling.
North Plains Chamber of Commerce invites you to check out Oregon Coffee Roaster. Based in the Portland foothills, this wholesale roaster has decades of experience offering quality Arabica coffee and loose leaf tea to businesses. Whether you're a business customer interested in a bulk order of 10 pounds or more, or a residential customer interested in smaller quantities, contact them today for your coffee needs. Call 503-647-5102 or visit their website, OregonCoffee.com.
Welcome back. New pitcher out on the hill. No, not a new pitcher. Just a conference. And Boudreaux throw a little snap throw over to first base, but back with ease is Justin Walters. So runners at the corners, ducks on the pond, as they say in baseball, and that's for Harry Gardner. First pitch to Harry is on the outside corner, taken for a strike.
Batting number 4, second baseman Harry Gardner.
Harry Gardner playing his uniform number 4 at position 4, second base. The 0-1 on its way from Boudreaux. Nope, he's going to do a snap throw. Now a 31 bluff move, and they've got Walters caught in a rundown. Now throw down to home plate, and going to throw out a quick throw over to get the runner Austin Crossan trying to sneak in behind, and I think it was kind of a delayed double steal, but maybe not. I think maybe a sign was missed there. But nonetheless, on the play, moving up to second base in scoring position is Justin Walters, who initially got hung up in that rundown, but then the second baseman for Astoria throws it to Palmberg, who tagged out Crossan at the plate, sliding into the plate with ease. And there is one away.
It's going to be a huge blown opportunity if they can't bring a run into score after getting that leadoff double.
Go down as 4-2 if you're scoring. Here's the pitch outside to Harry Gardner.
Definitely not a day to go extras.
Yeah, and you don't want to waste those opportunities. Never want to run yourself out of an inning or run yourself out of a scoring opportunity. Swung on and missed on the pitch outside, and that's a strikeout swing in for Harry Gardner, and there's 2 away now with a runner in second base for
batting center
Wyatt
fielder
Selleck.
number 17, Wyatt Selleck.
Wyatt standing in, another right-handed batter for Banks against the right-handed pitcher Nico Boudreaux. First offering to Selleck is fouled right back at us. Save for that fence, it would have been in my right eye. 0-1 to Selleck. Justin Walters leads away from second. This one's line shot down the, going to go foul down the right field side. And it's 1-1 now, the count to Wyatt Selleck. Or 0-2, actually. 0-2. That was missed a strike. 0-2 with 2 outs. The 0-2 from Boudreaux is laced down the first base line. That's going to get into right field. That is going to score Justin Walters, who's being sent all the way, and he's going to score standing up. So the Braves do get 1 out of it. Could have had 2 this inning, but they'll settle for 1 on the RBI single from Wyatt Selleck, coming through with a beautiful hot shot line drive down the first base line. It gets into right field. And like you say, Trevor, runs in a game like this, runs could be at a premium. And the Braves strike first. First pitch to
Bottom
Jack
of the order,
Lyda.
right fielder number 9, Jack Lyda.
He is outside for ball 1. 1 ball, no strikes to Jack Lyda. With Wyatt Selleck leading away from first base. They're going to throw over to first, and Wyatt is back with ease. Didn't have that big of a lead. He was just more like a half of a step or a step off the base, and was able to just stride over and get back over. Here's the 1-0 to Lyda. It's lifted high in the air. Right field out, drifting foul, and it's going to go out foul. And so Jack Lyda stays alive with a count of 1 ball and 1 strike. Returning to first base is Wyatt Selleck. Now he gets another lead. Decent lead off first base. First baseman keeping him on for Astoria. The 1-1 on its way. Lifted again to the right side. Going to get out of play by Jack Lyda. That scoreboard right. 0-2 the count on Jack Lyda. 2 outs here in the bottom of the 4th. 1-0 Braves. Here's the 0-2 on its way. It's high and drifts outside low. Little breaking ball. Good eye by Jack Lyda. 1 ball, 2 strikes now. Keeps this inning alive. And finally, for the first time since I've been here, the home plate umpire actually shows the count. Here's the 1-2 on its way. Lifted again and going to get out of play foul. Foul ball Freddie is here in Banks. In this case, foul ball Jack. So I think that's the 3rd or 4th foul ball of this at bat hit to the right side. And that means Jack getting a little bit ahead of that one. Here's the 1-2 again. It's high and inside. Ball 2, good eye. That was close. It was in the territory, but if Jack would have swung at that, he would have just fisted it to the inside, and never know. But evens the count now. Deuce is wild on the scoreboard. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs. Here's the 2-2 offering, and it is lined right into the hole of third base and short into left field, and it's another base hit for the Braves for Jack Lyda. A single moves Selleck over to second, and Braves in business with 2 outs.
Shortstop number 1, Wyatt Hesselman.
2 runners on with 2 outs here in the bottom of the 4th. Braves looking to put up a crooked number here in this inning. They've got that 1 straight number, but baseball players don't like straight numbers, Trevor. They like crooked numbers. Time is called as we get a new dry baseball. Fresh supply of baseballs for the home plate umpire. So Wyatt Selleck at second base, leading away from there. Jack Lyda leading away from first. And here is Wyatt Hesselman. Fouls this one off to the left, and that's drifting over to a rooftop.
That's the batting cages.
Oh, it gets over to the batting cages. I was looking further left, but didn't quite go that far. Here's the 0-1 to Wyatt Hesselman. It's outside. Going to get on the backstop. Runner's going to advance. Going over to third is Wyatt Selleck. And getting over to second is Jack Lyda.
I missed the pitch, too.
That was a ball. Went high and away.
Oh, yeah, because it bounced in dirt.
1 ball, 2 strikes. Runners at second and third now. Golden opportunity to score with 2 outs. Here's the 1-2 to Wyatt Hesselman. That's line shot into left center field. That's going to be 2 bases and 2 runners going to home to score. Wyatt Hesselman digging for second, sliding in. He is there with ease. And the Banks Braves put more on the board. There's that crooked number. 3-0 here in the bottom of the 4th on the RB 2-run double by Wyatt Hesselman into left center field.
Well, I talked about Banks has had issues scoring runs. Started out with just 2 at Valley Catholic until the 4th inning. It seems like maybe after they get a couple times through the order, get used to the pitcher, they're able to see the ball a lot more clearly and get a few more base hits. Batting first baseman number 2, Charlie White.
So after Astoria broke through in the top half of this inning with the first hit of the game, Banks has answered with 3 hits and 3 runs to take a 3-0 lead. And Charlie White fouls off the first offering to him, back over the right side and out of play. And it's 0-1. Wyatt Hesselman leads away from second with 2 outs. 0-1 to Charlie White. Boudreau checks the runner. Here's the pitch. It's high upstairs and called a strike. That was way high. That was at eye level of Charlie White, and Charlie's 6'3". Wow, that's a interesting pitch. Interesting call. Interesting call. 0-2 to Charlie. And this is ripped shot into left field, and that looks like it's going to be playable for the left fielder coming on. Nope. No, he missed it. He lost the ball in the clouds, and that's going to go for a single. And, yeah, that'll go down scoring as a single, and then gets over to second on the drop. So, no, that's a double all the way. And coming home to score on the play is Wyatt Hesselman. So the Braves getting 4 runs here in the 4th. And try to put this one away early, leave no doubt. If the rains intensify, get as big as a lead as you can and leave no doubt. Standing in now is the other Hesselman, Colton Hesselman, the senior, the elder Hesselman. Colton, the center fielder today.
Nobody warming up in the Astoria bullpen either, but that may be just an issue of not enough players on the roster, and they may be pulling.
Here's a pitch out, gets outside, and going to get down to third base on the play is Charlie White, who had the RBI double moments ago into left field that kind of got. Well, you know, when the ball, to the outfielder's credit, when the ball gets up on a day like this, when the ball gets up there high enough in the jet stream can carry the ball, and so it may not. Here's the pitch to Hesselman, Colton Hesselman. It's inside. When that jet stream carries it away, it's not the left fielder's fault. It's just air related, and it can really throw you off and mess you up. The 3-0 on its way, and that catches the outside corner. 3-1 now to Colton Hesselman. All this transpiring with just 2 outs. Some good situational base hitting for the Banks Braves here in the bottom of the 4th. Here's the 3-1 to Colton Hesselman. It's lifted, going to go foul off the right side. And the count remains or goes to 3-2. So full count to Colton Hesselman, the senior pitcher, outfielder. Today he's center fielder. 3-2 from Boudreau on its way, and it's downstairs. Ball 4, walked him. Colton Hesselman gets aboard, and there's runners at the corners again, still with 2 outs, and that'll bring up Logan Kind, the 9th man to bat.
Pitcher number 18, Logan Kind. I think we got time called by Astoria too. We're going to have a pitching change.
And this will likely be a pitching change, as it is a pitching change, as substitution comes in. We'll tell you all about the changes as he's going to come into third base and coming in new pitcher. So we're going to take this pitching change timeout. Our score, Banks 4, Astoria nothing. We'll be back with you in 60 seconds.
Shannon Jennings of North Plains is your local independent insurance agent. Are you overpaying for insurance? She can partner with a vast range of insurance companies to provide you with the most competitive products and services. Whether it's your home, auto, commercial, or any other type of insurance, we take the time to learn about you, your family, and your business to find the best coverage to protect your unique needs. For quality insurance coverage at affordable prices, call 503-444-0566 or email Shannon at shannonjenningsinsurance.com.
Back with you at Banks High School. It was not a pitching change timeout, just a defensive substitution. New third baseman came in from the dugout, and the old third baseman went to shortstop, and then the shortstop came out. I'll try to get you those player names and numbers as we go along. Here's the pitch to Logan Kind, and it finds the right over the strike zone. It's 0-1 from Nico Boudreau, still out there on the hill. He's surrendered 4 runs on 4 hits in this inning, but still working. The 0-1 pitch is inside, called a strike on the inside corner, and it's 0-2 to Logan Kind. This is pitcher on pitcher. Will Nico Boudreau win the battle? He's ahead 0-2 to Logan Kind. Here's the 0-2. Logan reaches out on one to the left side. That's going to go foul. It had home run distance, but it just hooked foul at the last second. Got in that jet stream and carried it away. So Logan will have to do it again. 0-2. Runners at the corners. Colton Hesselman at third. Or Colton Hesselman at first and Charlie White at third. Logan Kind the batter. Here's the pitch. Swung on and missed. Strike 3. Down goes Logan Kind to end the frame, but not before the Braves send 9 men to the plate. Score 4 runs on 4 hits, no errors, and they leave 2 runners left. Through 4 innings here at Banks High School, it is the Banks Braves 4, the Astoria Fishermen 0. We'll be back. Trevor Beard will have the play-by-play in the top of the 5th after this 1-minute timeout.
Scoggins Creek Coffee is proud to offer delicious hot drinks and delectable breakfast items too. Visit their 2 locations in Gaston and Yamhill Carlton. Open 7 days a week, Mondays through Saturdays until 5 and Sundays until 3. Make sure to ask about their weekly specials and visit their Facebook page. Scoggins Creek Coffee, 503-985-3483.
Specialty Screen Printing in Yamhill offers your business the creativity and expertise to print your logo on a variety of items. Owners Ken and Linda Johnson have 40 years of experience on industrial parts and every type of material, including ceramic tile. Their fast service can have your project done in less than a week. Visit their website, specialtyscreenprinting.com, to see for yourself how they can help you boost your company's marketing and industrial screen printing needs. Call 971-998-9274 or visit their website, specialtyscreenprinting.com.
And we're back, top of the 5th inning. Leading off for Astoria, number 2, starting pitcher Nico Boudreau.
Interesting note in this matchup, Trevor, you've got 2 teams in exactly opposite directions. The Banks Braves, winners of 12 of their last 13 games. Meanwhile, the Astoria Fishermen have dropped 9 of their last 11 games, currently on a 3-game slide.
Totally opposite of what their counterparts on the female side. The Astoria Fishermen softball team lost their first 2 games since, has won 14 in a row, including a 7-6 win over Banks, which, again, opposite of the boys team, just 2 wins on the season. They won their first 2 games and have since lost. I knew it was a bunch, didn't know the exact amount, but
10-game losing streak.
New head coach, a lot of first-year players. You kind of got to expect that, but team with a historic program, Banks Lady Braves softball. Leading off the top of the 5th for Astoria, starting pitcher number 2, Nico Boudreau.
Well, this is an interesting situation to start the 5th inning, Trevor. Last inning we ended with a pitcher-on-pitcher matchup, and now we get a pitcher-on-pitcher matchup here in the top of the 5th.
First pitch to Boudreau is a called strike, 0-1. Pitch from Logan Kind, swing and a miss on a pitch at the knees, 0-2. And we talked about Banks softball. Some of the greatest athletes from Banks have come from the female side, including McKenna Partain, part of the 2016 state championship team, my first year here. One of the top 10, will go down as one of the top 10 players of all time in Big Ten softball. Started all 4 years at shortstop for the Minnesota Golden Gophers, a team that made the College World Series a couple of times in her career with Minnesota.
Talked about McKenna. McKenna seems to be a pretty big common softball name and common softball, big softball player. McKenna Reed.
Batting center fielder number 17, Garrett Hillard.
Senior at Tigard High School, nearby Tigard, is just mowing the competition down. Tuesday, or the other night, she finished that thought after this.
0-1 the count to Garrett Hillard. Boudreau goes down on strikes as well. 1 out in the Top of the fifth, Jonathan.
McKenna Reed completed her 5th straight shutout for the Tigers, who are second in the 6A softball ranks. She's committed to Florida State.
Logan misses big time that time on a curveball that never got close to coming back across the plate. 1-1. Nice pitch. Catches the outside corner, breaking ball 1-2.
Yeah, save for that double in the top of the 4th inning that Logan surrendered. He's been pretty much pinpoint the last couple of innings.
Ooh, close pitch, maybe a little bit low and inside. 2-2. Kind of lost track of the K count for Logan, but know for sure he's in double digits. He had, in the 4th inning, he had struck out 7 out of 8 before giving up that double.
Logan's really, it seems like he's really been getting better and better as the season progressed. Really kind of had a struggle out of the gate. He started the game at North Marion, one of the only 2 losses for the Banks Braves. But since then, he's just been lights out, really locked in. Shouldn't say lights out, but really locked in. Also had a big booming 2 or 3 run home run in March at Ron Tonkin Field in Hillsboro, and so proving that he can really do it with his bat, and he's been continuing it with that assault.
Had a home run, too, in the 8-2 win at Valley Catholic. That game, he started that game as well, pitched 6 innings, officially struck out 13 and only allowed 1 hit, but got tired. Once he got to the 6th, giving up 2 walks is what caused him to be pulled.
Gives up a leadoff walk right here. That'll drive coaches crazy. Leadoff
Batting
walks
first baseman
to start
Dylan
an
Carlson.
inning. That can also come around to haunt you, but with a 4-0 lead and a solid Banks defense behind him, I don't see a 4-run 5th inning for Astoria.
Carlson shows bunt on a pitch that misses outside. 1-0.
Astoria's now gone scoreless in at least the last 10 innings.
Throw to first.
Lost 10-0 in 6 innings to Tillamook on Tuesday, who's second in the Coapa League at 4-1. But Trevor, they're under 500 overall, 5-6.
Don't know if that's a matter of strong scheduling or
crazy Coapa League.
Bunted foul off the end of the bat behind home plate. 1-1.
Tillamook is not playing not a conference game today, but they are playing a non-conference game. They are actually playing against a 3A opponent today. They're playing Taft of Lincoln City.
Bunt shown, and it's ruled strike 2. 1-2 the count. Tillamook and Taft. Spent a lot of time. My actual first start in radio was at Walport, the old Valco League. Walport, Tillamook, Taft, Newport, and Toledo. Also, Philomath.
Actually,
Central.
I beg your pardon. They're playing at Sweet Home today. My apologies.
And Carlson goes down swinging for the second out.
I knew it was one of those old Valco teams. Sweet Home, of course, not a 3A school. They're a 4A school. The Oregon West.
Batting number 5, left fielder Aiden Giles.
Good strikeout there by Logan Kind. Kind of gives up a walk and then comes right back to restore some order, if you will, to get the strikeout for.
It'll be interesting to see, Jonathan. I think the rain's kind of let up a little bit if this may be the final out of the game.
Yeah, I see some clearing off to the northwest, but this system that's coming in that's going to give us a good soaking overnight is coming up from the south. Right now it's kind of an overcast sky as forecasted that's coming in from the south.
First pitch to Giles is swung on and missed for strike 1. Top of the 5th inning, Banks with a 4-0 lead would not have to bat if the umpires and coaches agree on a 5-inning contest with the wet conditions. 0-1 the count. To Giles, the left fielder, showing bunt and up the third base side. Fair ball. Logan only plays to first. And they move the runner over, but that was the third out. So Astoria leaves a runner stranded at second, and after 4.5 innings, Astoria has come back out on the field, so it looks like we are going to try to get a full 7 innings in. We'll take a 1-minute break and be back after this from Tenente's Pizza.
North Plains Chamber of Commerce invites you to Tenente's Pizza and Subs. Try one of the many specialty pizzas like the Mama Supremo or a delicious torpedo sub sandwich. Mention Westside Greatest Hits and save 10% off your order. Tenente's Pizza and Subs at the corner of Glencoe and Pacific and North Plains. Open 11 to 8:30 Monday through Saturday, and Sunday 3 to 8 for carry-out and delivery. Visit the website, Tenente'sPizzaAndSubs.com, or call 503-647-5761.
Spring and summer are the best times to freshen up the look of your home. Yuli's Garage Doors is here to meet your needs and give your home a facelift that brings curb appeal. Family owned and operated since 1991, Yuli's Garage Doors has thrived for over 30 years by living and working in this community, supporting local teams and 4-H groups. Give Yuli's a call today and see how they can freshen the look of your home. Call 503-640-6084 or find them on Facebook, CCB number 76100. Bottom of the 5th inning, leading off for the Braves catcher, middle of the order, number 20, Ashton Crossan. 4-0 lead. All 4 runs coming last inning. That pitch misses well outside and downstairs, ball 1. I think the rain has actually let up for the moment.
Yeah, the only drips coming down in front of us, I think, are the drips off of the roof.
Right. 2-0 the count to Ashton Cross, and that pitch didn't miss by much, a little bit low towards the outside edge. 2-0 the count, pitch taken all the way. Pitch is a strike at the knees, 2-1.
One of the home plate umpires getting a little cold.
Oh, hands in his pockets.
No, just calling some strike zone is going high and deep, and some pitches that are low, some pitches high are being called strikes.
Late swing that time from Ashton. Fouls it off the end of the bat behind home plate. Count is even 2-2. Pitch from Boudreau. Breaking ball missed downstairs. Count is full 3-2.
Good framing job by the catcher there for Astoria, but didn't get the call.
Full count from Boudreau, well outside and upstairs for ball 4. Braves with a leadoff base runner via a walk to Ashton Crossan.
There's only 2 teams
Batting
in the
third
state of
baseman, number
Oregon
3,
in
Justin
4A
Walters,
that are leading the Banks Braves in the state. Of course, one is Hidden Valley. They're not playing today, but directly above Banks is the LeGrand Tigers at 16-1. They are second in the state. They played a doubleheader with Ontario today at 1-3. So, but we have not seen a score yet from those yet. But LeGrand, very hot team. Banks could end up playing them down the road somewhere.
pitch is fouled up the third base side, or bunted up the third base side. Throw is high, and players get tangled up at second. And, yeah, they're going to call defensive interference and send Ashton Crossan to third. And safe at first is going to be Justin Walters on a bunt single up the third base side. Throw to first would have been close, but he pulled the first baseman, Dylan Carlson, off the bag with the throw. And at the plate, we may now have a pitching change as Astoria.
Well, this will be the third timeout, but first of the inning.
Yeah, it is.
And
he's coming off the mound.
they are going to come out.
We'll take a 30-second break, and when we return, we'll tell you who the new pitcher is for Astoria. We'll be back after this from Oregon Army National Guard.
The Army National Guard plays a vital role in your community. We're on the front lines supporting essential personnel, first responders, law enforcement, and medical professionals, delivering food, supplies, and medicine, keeping communities safe, making a difference. During emergencies, we're always ready, always there. Learn more about part-time service in the Army National Guard at nationalguard.com.
Sponsored by the Oregon Army National Guard, aired by the Oregon Association of Broadcasters and this station.
And we're back, bottom of the 5th inning. Braves with a 4-0 lead. New pitcher for Astoria is starting shortstop, number 11, Merrick Benesh. Runners at first and third after Justin Walters bunted. Ashton crossing over to second, and then as he rounded second, got tangled up with the shortstop, Merrick Benesh, and defensive interference was called on the play, so now Ashton Crossan is at third. Runners at the corners. And again, we talked about the middle innings. Banks having problems scoring runs to start the game. There's runners at the corners and nobody out, and an opportunity, Jonathan, for another big inning on the scoreboard for the Braves.
Another chance to leave, no doubt. Right now, the weather has let up. No, the rain has left up, but you never know when it's going to return here before the end of the ball game, and if it does all of a sudden come with one of those heavy downpours that's in the forecast and decide to just douse everything in a hurry, which we've seen. We're in Oregon, and it can do. If you get enough runs stacked up, you don't have to worry about the rains come, the game could end, and you're well in front. Well, Trevor, I mentioned it. I might get back to action now, so I'll mention that later.
New pitcher Merrick Benesh looks at first. Kicks and fires. Pitch is driven to center field, but this might score a run. They are going to send Ashton Crossan. The play at the plate. No throw. Throw is late. And Crossan able to slide in ahead of the throw, which was just behind the runner. Nice throw, but a little bit late. And it's now 5-0 with one out on the sac fly from Harry Gardner. Batting number 17, center fielder Wyatt Selleck.
Only one runner advancing on that play. Staying at first base was Justin Walters, who did not advance, but Ashton Crossan alertly tagging up there. Of course, it always helps when you have your head coach right there at third base.
Fair ball just inside. Oh, now they are going to say foul. I was watching that all the way, and he didn't pick it up until after it got to the inside of the third base line, and that should be a fair ball.
No, third baseman picks it up and carries it foul ball. And he picked it up just over the bag of third base. So it's a foul ball.
0-1 the count to Wyatt Selleck. That pitch gets away, and that's going to send Walters to second. Another runner in scoring position. 1-1 the count to Wyatt Selleck.
Taking advantage of the other team's miscues. It's called opportunistic baseball, and Banks is doing it a lot. And Trevor, you and I talked about off broadcast before. That's a staple of Coach Joe Baumgartner, and very good. His teams are very good at situational baseball, and that's coming to play right here.
And that pitch should be out number 2. Not going to be deep enough to move Gardner, and he does make the catch. Number 3, Carson Hawkins, moving from third base to shortstop, replacing Merrick Benesh, who's now the pitcher. 2 outs for the Braves, but a run in. Top of the order, Wyatt Hesselman.
Well, Wyatt Selleck didn't get it done there, but he did get it done. He
Batting
is
number 1,
the man that's going to go
Hesselman
down in the officially as driving in Banks' first run today. He did that back in the bottom of the 4th inning, an RBI single that scored Justin Walters with the game's first run. Opened up the floodgates, if you will.
Nice pitch that time from Benesh. Wyatt swings and unable to connect 0-1. Runner at second, Justin Walters, 2 outs. Benesh fires, and this one's only went about 3/4 of the way, but fouls it out of play off the first base side, 0-2.
Jack Ladd had doubled his last time up, an RBI double, trying to do it again here in consecutive innings.
Jack's nice breaking ball that time, and Wyatt unable to get the bat off his shoulders. Out number 3, but the Braves get another run And a low-scoring game to start has turned into a little bit of a blowout here through the 4th and 5th innings. It's now Banks 5, Astoria nothing. Jonathan Lee will be back with the top of the 6th inning after this as we restart our sponsor order. We'll be back after this from Jason Bond Remodeling.
Thinking about updating your kitchen or bath? James Bond Remodeling has over 20 years experience fabricating and installing stone countertops and can upgrade your home with the countertops of your dreams without the dreamy price tag. They pride themselves on quality and customer satisfaction. They offer stone countertop fabrication and installation and cabinet installation services. They'll do their best to beat any bid by 10%. Based locally in Washington County, they'll do jobs in most Portland metro locations. Call 503-753-9993 or email jasonbondremodeling@gmail.com. Jason Bond Remodeling, Oregon CCV number 227733.
Jim's Market in Banks is an institution serving the community for generations. They're actively involved in events and athletics from the youth league to high school level. Let them serve you with their locally grown fresh produce, fresh bakery items, including custom cakes, and quick hot food from their in-store deli. Jim's Market, conveniently located at the south entrance to Banks.
Domestic. Marshfield Pirates coming up here to start the top of the 6th inning with the Banks Braves with a 5-0 lead. First pitch from Logan Kind. It's upstairs, ball 1. One final today from 4A. We'll get that after this pitch. 1-0 is in the dirt, ball 2 from Logan Kind.
Batting right fielder Patrick Purdue Anderson.
Final score, I might as well mention their score. The Marshfield Pirates from the South Coast, who have the same color scheme as Astoria, beat my alma mater, Cottage Grove, 12-3 today. 2-0 delivery outside, ball 3. Maybe Logan Kind getting a little bit tired here. We might see Wyatt Hesselman come in this inning. Wyatt or Colton. There, Logan finds the bottom of the strike zone and runs the count to 3-1. Taking all the way was the batter Purdue Anderson.
Last time Logan was pulled, it was the same inning at Valley Catholic, and Wyatt was the pitcher that came in in relief.
I gotta love that. That just cracks me up every time I see it. As long as it's not my team, when a runner goes, okay, that's ball 4. I'm gonna head down to first base. The umpire calls him back, says that's a called strike. But then the 3-2 is indeed ball 4, and going down to first base is Purdue Anderson. So,
batting number 9, second baseman Connolly Fromwiller.
For the second straight inning, Astoria gets a leadoff walk to start the inning. This time here in the 6th, trailing 5-0. This pitch is popped up into left center field, giving chase is Wyatt Selleck. That's going to get over his head onto the warning track out there in left center field. And the runner at second almost doubled up Purdue Anderson, but the throw coming in from the cutoff man gets behind third baseman Justin Walters, and not his fault. That was just a bad throw. Call that error on the outfield, E8 on the throw in. And so runners at second and third here for Astoria with nobody out. Unfortunate situation for Braves Nation.
Batting number 4. Batting number 14. Designated hitter Sven Johnson, who is no longer the DH.
So runners at second and third for Astoria. Nobody out here in the top of the 6th inning. And number 14 up to the plate, but there is no number 14 on the Astoria roster. So, but Sven Johnson is officially on there, but he is listed as number 7. And a big swing and a miss at that pitch for number 14 for Astoria. It's 1-2 from Logan Kine. Here's the kick, the pitch. Swung on a miss, strike 3. See you later. Have a seat, son, you're done. One away here in the top of the 6th as Logan Kine comes right back
Batting
to
new
restore
pitcher
some
number
order.
11, Merrick Benesh.
Had a little bit of a delay there. Maybe that kind of helped Logan a little bit to kind of get his edge back, and maybe that strikeout will help him out. First pitch on the way. It's high and outside, ball 1. Yeah, Logan's still kind of all over the place. This might be the last inning for Logan. We probably will see Wyatt Hesselman, who usually comes in relief, or Charlie White. Next pitch is on the outside corner. Called a strike. 1-2.
I'd really be surprised if it's Charlie. He's already pitched this week. He may be in a situation with a pitch count.
That's true. Actually, I did see that on the pitch count. He's not available till Saturday, April 30th, which the Braves don't play Saturday, but that's just his rest day. Mandatory 4 days of rest because he threw over 100 pitches in his last outing. Merrick Benesh is the man in the batter's box for Astoria with runners at second and third and 1 out. Here's the 1-2 offering from Logan Kine, and wow, what was that? Merrick Benesh went fishing. That ball was outside. That was ball 2 all the way, and Bennett reached out like he was swinging at gnats, and like he was looked like he was trying to cast into the Youngstown Bay.
Batting catcher number 4, Teague Palmberg.
Win is a strikeout, back-to-back strikeouts. That was a gift strikeout for Logan Kine.
That was a huge second out, too, for Astoria with runners in scoring position.
Pitch right on the outside corner, and
check swing.
Mr. Tegan Palmberg put his bat out there just a little bit, couldn't check it in time, and it's a strike. 0-2, the 0-2 delivery upstairs, and it's 1 ball, 2 strikes now to Logan Kine. 1-2 on its way. It's upstairs, and the count runs even at 2 balls and 2 strikes. Nico Boudreau would be next for Astoria. The 2-2 on its way. Chopped right back up the middle, but right there is a second baseman to get it over to Charlie White. Not in time, and Astoria does score a run on the infield single by Teague Palmberg. Still runners at the corners with 2 outs. Time dug out by
hitting number 2, Nico Boudreau. Not sure where he's playing now, but
dug out by Harry Gardner at second base, but the throw over to Charlie White was a little bit low, and Charlie couldn't get it in time, and so allows a run to score. 5-1, though. Still a 4-run lead with 2 outs. Logan comes set out of the stretch. The pitch is high and outside. 1-0 is the count to start Nico Boudreau, who was the pitcher. Now he's to DH. He'll stay in the game as DH. The 1-0 is upstairs, ball 2. Two balls, no strikes. Runners at first and third for Astoria get their leads. Already have 1 run here in the top of the 6th. Here's the 2-0 delivery. It's on the inside corner. Good pitch, good placement. And it's a called strike for Logan Kine. 2 balls and a strike. Logan peering into the catcher Crossan. Has the one he wants. Here's the kick, the pitch. High and outside, ball 3. 3-0 is the count. 3-1 is the count, because he did get that strike on the inside corner. Good hitters count right here for Boudreau. The 3-1 on its way, swung on and missed. That one was outside, might have been swinging at ball 4 right there, but nonetheless it's 3-2, and Logan has battled back to even the count, and is now a strike away from getting out of this frame. Runner going to go down to second. Throw to the shortstop, Hesselman. They got him nailed. Picked them off trying to steal at second base. Astoria trying to get a little too greedy that time after getting one run, and it doesn't pay off. 2-6 is the put out. So one run is in, but that's all Astoria gets here in the top of the sixth. We go to the home half. It's Banks 5, Astoria 1. Back after this in 1 minute. You're listening to Banks Baseball, presented by Jason Bond Remodeling.
Thinking about buying or selling a home? Sarah Hesselman, realtor with Keller Williams Realty, will help you with your real estate needs. Call 503-313-0748 or email Sarah at sarahhesselman.com. Serving your community daily and proud to support the starting lineup of your Banks Braves. Sarah Hesselman, realtor with Keller Williams Realty. Call 503-313-0748.
Rankings are important numbers in determining Oregon high school playoffs. So are rankings when choosing a lender to help you with purchasing or refinancing your home. Our local community home loan expert, Christy Van Meter at Caliber Home Loans, is ready to help you win the day. Call Christy today for all of your home loan needs at 503-327-5302 or caliberhomeloans.com/kvanmeter. Christy Van Meter, NMLS number 1700271, state licensed in Oregon, an equal housing lender. All products are subject to credit and property approval.
Going to the home half of the sixth inning, it'll be the top of the order for the Banks Braves. This will be their last ups, barring a miraculous miracle in the top of the seventh for Astoria. First pitch on the way is
leading off shortstop number 1, Wyatt Hesselman.
For a ball. 1-0 to Wyatt Hesselman. Here's the kick, the pitch. It's inside, and that's going to be pulled foul towards the left side. Saw that one all the way as that inside pitch. That's what happens when a pitcher goes inside. It's going to get you to hook the ball if you don't catch it just right. 9 times out of 10, it's going to hook. So 1-1 to Wyatt Hesselman. That's outside. Did he check his swing? He did not, says the first base umpire. And the count goes to 1-2 to Wyatt Hesselman. Wyatt, in his last at bat in the fourth, reached on a fielder's choice, came around to score. And this time he puts a high fly ball down the third base line. That's trouble. Could be trouble.
No,
but the short edge goes in between the Bermuda Triangle, and it is trouble. That's a fair ball. And a single down the behind third base into left field. A leadoff single
first
for
baseman
Wyatt
number
Hesselman.
2, Charlie White.
That'll bring up Charlie White, a big 6'2" senior right-hander. All everything. You can call him a utility man. Catcher, first base, pitcher. You can do it all for Banks. Been a great career for Charlie White here at Banks High School.
4A receiver of the year, his junior and senior year.
Plays basketball. Stud in baseball. Should be remembered for a long time. Here's a 1-0 chopped on the right side. Going to get out of play, foul. And count runs to 1 ball and 1 strike. But don't worry, Charlie's not going far, is he? Just over to downtown Portland to the park blocks.
His mom said he'll likely major in physical therapy.
Here's the 1-1 on its way. High and upstairs. Good eye by Charlie White. 2 balls and a strike.
Told me during the basketball season he plans on redshirting his freshman year.
Maybe one day he'll return to Banks as the head trainer here at Banks High School. Here's the 2-1. It's high and inside. High and tight. It had Charlie putting his shoulder inside and get out of the way of that one. Ducking in. 3-1 the count to Charlie White. Here's the 3-1 offering way upstairs. Ball 4. And Astoria didn't want to. They didn't want to mess with Charlie. They respect his power. They respect what he can do, and they just decided
Hitting
to
for
put
Banks,
him on.
number 10, center fielder Colton Hesselman.
Merrick Benish, of course, the pitcher for Astoria now. There's 2 ways of intentionally walking a batter. You can flat out intentionally walk them. You can do, or I guess 3 ways. You can do a pitch out, or you can unintentionally, intentionally walk a batter. Make sense? You can walk them with the intent of, we're going to put this guy on, but we don't want to make it look like we are. But that was pretty evident.
Banks in a pretty good situation now with nobody out to get that run back, too.
Yeah, moves a runner up to second base and Wyatt Hesselman, and over with the base on balls is Charlie White and Colton Hesselman. Even if you were trying to intentionally walk Charlie, pitches upstairs, you don't want to intentionally walk Charlie when you got a guy of Colton Hesselman right behind him. That's unwise. 2-0 to Colton Hesselman. Here's a high fly ball down the right field side. That's going to go foul and out of play.
Oh, it was playable, but he missed it.
But 2-1 the count to Colton Hesselman. Had a pretty quiet night so far. Flew out to center field in the 3rd inning. Walked in the 4th inning and was stranded right there. 0 for 1 officially on the scorecard. 2-1 is the count right now from Merrick Benish to Colton Hesselman. Pitcher Benish has his sign, checks the runner at second. Here's the kick, the 2-1 on its way, upstairs, ball 3. 3-1 now to Colton Hesselman.
Should be full because there was already 1 strike when he hit that foul ball down the third base side.
Here's the payoff pitch from Benish. It's popped up, straight up on the infield. Benish is going to give way to it, call everybody off, and oh man, he almost dropped it. He did drop it. I think he caught it, and then it came out of his glove on the way down, or just kind of did a half-hearted stab at it. And so it's going to be an infield single for Banks and a run scores.
They ruled him out. He didn't.
Oh, he did. Okay, well, that's interesting because the home plate umpire moved his arm to say it was a foul ball. And then how could it be foul ball if it's caught? So it goes as a pop-up. Colton Hesselman. And Logan Kind drives one deep to the right side, and it goes foul. That's an interesting out call if that's what he was calling.
Batting first baseman number 18, or pitcher 18, Logan Kind.
So runners go back to their bases. Wyatt Hesselman at second, Charlie White at first. Colton Hesselman is out on the pop-up, right to the pitcher. And Logan Kind has an 0-1 count. And this one, he chops again to the same place. It's high in the air to the right side. First baseman giving chase, and he makes the catch. No, it's a foul ball.
Oh.
Well, we think the umpire put his hands up to say foul ball, but he also signaled like foul ball last time, but it looks like it is going to be foul indeed. 0-2 as Logan Kind grabs the bat to do it again. Benish comes set at the belt, checks the runners, checks the runner again at second. Here's the kick, the 0-2 on its way, driven into right field. That's going to be a base hit, and Logan Kind is looking at 2, coming home to score is Wyatt Hesselman. Getting around from first to third is Charlie White on the run and hit play, and at first base with an RBI single is Logan Kind helping out his own cause. So Banks does get that runner back, Trevor, and it's now, again, a 5-run lead at 6-1, but looking for more. Banks, they're not satisfied with just 1 run. They want more. Here's the pitch. Line shot by Ashton Croston into center field. That's going to drop for a base hit. Charlie White's going to score. Logan Kind is around second, digging for third, sliding in safely at third base, and it's another RBI single for Ashton Croston here in the 6th.
Batting number 3, third baseman Justin Walters.
I told you, they're not satisfied with just 1 run here in the 6th. They want more, and they're not satisfied with 2. They want more, and they're in a great spot to do that with Logan Kind now at third base after the line shot single into straightaway center field by Ashton Crossan. And here is Justin Walters at the plate with just one out. That's a line shot. Single into right field past the second baseman. That's going to score Logan Kind. Hustling all the way over from first to third is Ashton Crossan. And they just trade spots as going over to first base is Justin Walters. And this is just getting crazy right now.
We talked about slow starts for Banks their last couple of league games. All of this damage, 8 runs, came all since the 4th inning.
A 4-run 4th, a single run in the 5th, and a 3-run 6th. Leave no doubt. 8-1 is the score. Here's the pitch to Wyatt Selleck.
Batting second baseman number 4,
Harry Gardner. Harry Gardner. Is he known as Prince Harry around Banks? Second pitch on to Harry. It's line shot right at the third baseman. Up with it over to second for 1 and over to first. Not nearly in time. The ball gets beyond the first baseman off of his glove, but it would not have been an out anyways, as hustling all the way down there is Prince Harry Gardner on the fielder's choice. But coming home to score is Ashton Crossan.
Batting center fielder number 17, Wyatt Selleck. Home run ends the game.
9-1. A home run indeed would run. It would be a 10-run rule. Here's the pitch to Wyatt Selleck.
Not likely in this situation, but haven't seen a lot of home runs here.
Wyatt Selleck is 1 for 2 today. He flew out in the 5th inning, last inning, to the shortstop, and then had an RBI single in the 4th that started it all. How special would that be for Wyatt Selleck to drive in the game's first run, and then if he were to hit it out, to drive in the game's last run? Nonetheless, 4-run inning for Banks has pushed us out to a wide margin now of 9-1. Pitch hit right back up the middle, right to the pitcher Merrick Benish, and that's going to do it. That's going to end it for the frame here in the bottom of the 6th. With a line out back to the pitcher, but not before the Braves explode for 4 more runs on a bunch of hits. They do leave 1 man left on base. 6 complete. Is that the game? The umpire's getting together. No, looks like Banks is going to come out for the top of the 7th. Astoria needs 8 to tie and 9 to win. Yeah, they would have to go crazy here in the top of the 7th. But 6 complete in the books. It's the the Banks Braves 9, Astoria Fishermen 1. We'll be back after this 1-minute break.
Thinking about buying or selling a home? Sarah Hesselman, realtor with Keller Williams Realty, will help you with your real estate needs. Call 503-313-0748 or email Sarah at sarahhesselman.com. Serving your community daily and proud to support the starting lineup of your Banks Braves. Sarah Hesselman, realtor with Keller Williams Realty. Call 503-313-0748.
5-2. It's Christian Lyda. But is he going to play first?
Rankings are important numbers in determining Oregon high school playoffs. So are rankings when choosing a lender to help you with purchasing or refinancing your home. Our local community home loan expert, Christy Van Meter at Caliber Home Loans, is ready to help you win the day. Call Christy today for all of your home loan needs at 503-327-5302 or caliberhomeloans.com/kvanmeter. Christy Van Meter, NMLS number 1700271, state licensed in Oregon, an equal housing lender. All products are subject to credit and property approval.
Top of the 7th inning, Braves with a 9-1 lead. All the Braves runs coming since the 4th inning.
So the official line for that last half
Hitting for Astoria, leading off
for
the
the
top
Banks
of the 7th,
Braves.
number 2, Nico Boudreau.
They scored 4 runs on 3 hits. There was 1 Astoria error and 1 Banks base runner left on base. And it all constitutes into a 9-1 lead through 6 innings of play. Trevor?
Thank you. So new starting pitcher for the Braves, indeed, Colton Hesselman. Logan Kind moving to first and taking over In the outfield, replacing Colton Hesselman off the bench is number 5, Christian Lyda. Swing and a miss, strike one for Nico Boudreau,
who was the last man up in the last inning, but before his teammate was picked off at second. CS, caught stealing. Thank you.
Pitches in the dirt for ball one, and home plate umpire nearly caught it from Ashton Cross and trying to pick it up off the hop. The 1-1 from Colton. Strike two at the knees, 1 ball and 2 strikes. Banks looking for their 13th win in 14 tries. That and Hidden Valley's long winning streak to going back to last year until they split a doubleheader with Henley a couple of weeks ago are the stories of 4A baseball. 1-2 the count to Boudreau.
Garrett Hillard on deck for Astoria.
One-two from Colton, hard grounder to the left side. Wide, able to pick it up, races over towards second, makes the throw in time to first for the putout. 6-3 for the first out of the top of the 7th inning.
Give a shout out to Banks Nation. Really good crowd here.
Batting for Astoria, number 17, center fielder Garrett Hillard.
Got to say too, one of the best fields in 4A. Actually, I think I haven't really been live to Volcano Stadium. I've seen it a bunch of times, but I got to say, I think this field looks way better than Volcano Stadium in Kaiser.
0-1 the count to Garrett Hillard. That pitch is fouled off the right side of the top of the backstop. 0-2. Jonathan, I had a chance to.
Volcano Stadium, of course, is the site of all the state championships this year.
That's the point I was trying to make. I was part of the 4A state championship win in 2018-19. That grounder to third, throw to first in time for out number 2. I was part of the broadcast team for that 4A state championship win over Henley, 3-1, and we talked about situational baseball. That was the difference in that game. In fact, one of the runs scored for Banks came on a balk.
Braves are one out away from putting this one securely in the record books. It would be in the in terms of their record, and it would be their 6th straight win, 13th of the last 14.
Foul tipped into the glove of Crossan by first baseman Dylan Carlson. 0-1 the count.
One thing to be sure, there's certainly going to be some good 4A teams this year battling for the state championship.
And hard grounder to second. Looked like it was going to get up the middle. And throw to first is in time. Final score. Banks 9, Astoria 1. Jonathan?
Oh no, I was commenting 1, 2, 3.
I thought maybe I wasn't out earlier or something.
No.
So Banks again starts slow like they have the last few contests. Scoreless game until the 4th inning, and neither team with a base hit, just a couple of walks. And Banks with 4 in the 4th inning, 1 in the 5th, and 4 in the 6th. Do not need to hit in the 7th. Astoria gets 1 run back in the top of the 5th, but way too little against this potent Braves offense, and Banks wins their 13th game in 14 tries with a 9-1 victory over Astoria, inching even closer to another Coapa League title. But we mentioned earlier, this is the latest in the season that Banks has had to clinch a league title, and Tillamook surprisingly just 1 game back. Their only loss, Jonathan, was a 10-0 5-inning defeat at home to Banks a couple of weeks ago.
Yeah, and Astoria coming into today were 2-4 in the conference. Valley Catholic 1-4 right below them. So with this loss by Astoria, if Valley Catholic beats Seaside Jewel, who's winless in the conference, Valley Catholic will actually leapfrog Astoria into 3rd in the Coapa League. Still a couple of weeks left in the regular season, but still that race for 3rd in the last playoff spot really up for grabs right there between Astoria and Valley Catholic. And Valley Catholic, assuming they beat assuming they played today, which they probably did, they've got, even if they didn't play at Valley Catholic, they've got a couple of different schools that they can play at if the 6A teams aren't playing. Like, I think Jesuit was on the road. No, Jesuit played yesterday, so they sometimes will play at Jesuit on the complete field turf up over there. But if Astoria beats Seaside, if Valley Catholic beats Seaside, then Astoria will leapfrog Astoria for third place. But still a lot to play for Astoria. As long as they're not playing the Banks Braves, they're a pretty good baseball team because, the Banks Braves are just heads and tails above the rest of the competition in this league.
And Astoria historically has been a playoff team along with Banks. Usually it's Banks and Astoria battling for the Coapa League title, and last time Banks did not win a title outright. They finished tied as co-champions with Astoria, and Astoria is a historic playoff team in 4A baseball. We did get the final score, at least that I anticipated. I thought this might be a 10-run, 5-inning contest. Late in the game, it appeared, I think Wyatt Selleck came to the plate with two runners aboard, or with a runner aboard, a chance to give the Braves a 10-run lead with a home run. But late with the bats for the Braves, had a couple of runners early via walks, but both teams having problems getting base hits until the fourth inning. Jonathan? Our co-heroes of the game, the Columbia Sportswear Oregon National Guard heroes of the game, Wyatt Selleck and Ashton Crossan and Justin Gardner for the Braves. Some key big hits.
Justin Walters.
And Justin Walters, key for the Braves in this 9-1 victory. Not a lot of multiple base hits, doubles or triples, but we talked about situational baseball, steals, reaching into scoring position on pass balls, and that's really been the difference for this team and for most Joe Baumgartner teams is, you mentioned it quite a few times, situational baseball.
Situational baseball, manufacturing runs, getting those players on base, getting them into scoring position, and then bringing them home. And just it's been a joy to watch Joe Baumgartner and his staff work work through these players, these great athletes, great baseball players. And it's not just like it's a senior-laden team. I mean, sure, there are some seniors, but there's a lot of good juniors and sophomores on this team, like Justin Walters, Harry Gardner, who's a freshman, starting at second base for Banks, and Logan Kind, a junior. With this team dropping down into 3A next year, I'm expecting them how they're dominating the Coapa League here. If you think they're dominating the Coapa League, they drop into 3A. There's not a lot of hugely great baseball teams in that Coastal Range League, and not taking anything away from them. I mean, certainly there's a couple here and there, and baseball is, you never know what's going to happen in baseball because, it's a funny game. You throw the ball one way one game, you throw it another way next game, but still, it's still a lot to play for this year for Banks, but I'm just saying they're getting it from everybody. Contributions, both seniors, juniors, sophomores, and even Harry Gardner, a freshman, starting at second base. And if you've got a freshman starting at second base, I know it's a 4A school. There's not a lot to pick from, but still, if they're a freshman and starting at the varsity level, they're a pretty special player.
Yeah, and the Hesselman boys, they've been starting since their freshman year, too. They have that kind of special ability. Colton has been receiving Division I offers from both Oregon and Oregon State, even last year into his junior year. And the top prospect in the state, according to a baseball organization he's been involved with for a long time, called Perfect Pitch. You mentioned Joe Baumgartner. This is actually his second time around with the Braves. Was head coach for them back in the 80s and left to go to Forest Grove for a while and came back. And definitely expect big things from them next year at 3A. I think Yamhill Carlton is in the top 10 for 3A baseball. They'll be part of the league next year, the Coastal Range League with the Braves. But looking for big things for the Braves for sure for next year as they drop down a classification, and still a lot to play for this year. Just 2 losses on the season, and definitely looking like at least a semifinal team as they're ranked in the top 4.
Yeah, I was going to say, Joe Baumgartner, as you mentioned, was here in that Forest Grove, led the Braves to that championship in 2019, that state championship over Hindley at Volcano Stadium in Kaiser, and looking to return there here in 2022. Do some good things. But you talk about, he coached at Forest Grove for a while and now back at Banks. If you're a Banks Braves fan, you've got to be praying every day that Joe Baumgartner stays here, because if you look down the road at what's going on at Forest Grove, that is a baseball program that's just really struggling to find their way in the post-Baumgartner era. So you definitely don't want to lose a coach like Joe Baumgartner. He means that much to a school.
Justin, I know him. I can't remember his last name. Head coach of Forest Grove is actually a Banks alumni. So I think that'll do it for us. Nice to have Jonathan Lee aboard tonight. A little bit of an extended post game with him aboard, but we'll be back with, I'm not sure who is on the schedule next. I know we have baseball next week. One more non-league game, I think, coming up next Friday against Central. I think Jonathan is looking that up now, but Banks does improve to 14-2 as the team gets ready to come off the field after this 9-1 victory. 4 runs in the bottom of the 4th, the difference in this game. Astoria gets a run back in the top of the 5th, but Braves respond with 1 back in the 5th and then 4 in the 6th for the 9-1 victory.
Yeah, these 2 teams will conclude their series on Monday, so they'll take the weekend off. They'll be at Astoria at CMH Field, or it might also be at Tapiola Park, and that's a beautiful park, by the way, Tapiola Field in Astoria. I had the pleasure a few summers ago of calling Cottage Grove when they went to the Junior State Summer State Tournament. Their Tapiola Field is beautiful. If you go there and you've got some sunshine that day, I tell you, you got to check that out, because the sun coming down, setting over Tapiola Park, it makes the sunsets off of Rontonkin Field look junior high. Yeah, that's how good they are coming off of Tapiola Field. You've never seen a sunset until you've seen it set from Tapiola Field in Astoria. Great field, great facility, but I don't know. They do play some of their games at CMH Field as well, so I don't know how that works. But nonetheless, Banks will be at Astoria next Monday to wrap up that series, and then just 2 games next week. They'll be right back here Friday night at 5. We hope for better weather again, as they'll be playing again another 5A school, playing Central. Banks 1-1. They beat North Eugene from 5A on spring break at Hillsborough, and then lost to Milwaukee in 5A. That was a game at Milwaukee. But, they'll be playing on the Central Panthers, who are a good 5A school. And then they finish out, they have a series with Tillamook the following week. May 9th, they host Tillamook. That's a Monday. Then Wednesday the 11th, they're at Tillamook. And then close out the season May 14th, a Saturday at Seaside Jewel. And then Monday, May 16th, they wrap up play right here, Senior Day against Seaside.
You mentioned Central, the opponent on next Friday. I think one of the recent years, it may have been the last full season before COVID, they won the 5A state title.
Yeah, very good program. So if you have not checked out a Banks game, that would be a game to check out if you can next Friday. And if not, we'll have it right here for you, video and audio again, right here from Banks High School.
So I think that'll do it for us. It's getting a little bit cold. The rain has let up for now. We want to try to beat it home. So that'll do it for us. For Jonathan Lee, I'm Trevor Beard. Thanks for joining us for Banks Braves Baseball. We hope to have you with us again 1 week from tonight, next Friday, as the Braves host the Central Panthers, I believe they're called. And that'll do it for us. Good night. Enjoy the rest of